Stretching with Theraband. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to do some interesting things with this and many more ways to use Theraband than you ever thought. So we're going to start kneeling up and kneel on the band. Yes, adjusting your laptop lid. We're all a bit used to doing that now. And so I'm not going to get it right to the middle. Depends how long your band is. Drop one side, and we're going to start with the right side, and we're on our knees. And lifting, so you'll need to move along the band. If it's too tight, you just move along a little bit. That's the beauty of having it like that. Yours is pretty long there, Rachel. So we take the arm up. Yeah, long is good. And then side bend, taking the left arm down and sliding it all the way down your leg, and let your head be heavy and go over to the side. So try not to collapse the ribs down towards your hips. Think of it more that I'm opening up my right ribs up to the ceiling, and then the left arm down and come up, and taking the arm across your body. And as we do this whole series on this side, you want to press both of your knees down into the mat. So look over your left shoulder, then reach the arm up. We're going to do a circle around and down. We lost you for a minute there, Rachel. And just touch down to the thigh.
Just wondering if I need to move.
If you wish.
My connection's terrible.
Yeah. Reach it up.
I don't usually do that.
And side bend over. Rotate towards your left. So the band's across your body. So you'll be coming across. And then reach it up. Like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling. And then keep going back behind you this time. But keep both hips quite forward. And then circle up. Reach the right arm up. And you're going to turn your palm towards you and look up and lean back. And back upright. So it's like we're rolling ourselves around an imaginary pole. Rotate it back and extend back. Reach up to the ceiling and come back through the front. Rotate around and lean back. That's the way. Now feel the stretch right from your hips up to your armpits. And back up. Yeah, you got a spring in your step, Rachel.
I know. I'm just going to move because I keep losing you.
Yeah. So we're going to actually go down, 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 and then up, up, up. But in order to keep the tension on the band, we're going to wrap it around and reach and wrap it down. Curl it around and reach and down. Curl it around and reach, and endeavoring to keep the arms straight all the time. So you're really trying to work these abdominals eccentrically. Then we unwind it as we go up and cross the body, and gradually, it's like zigzagging up and zigzag and zigzag and down again. And just got a brief look at your cleavage, Rachel.
Don't get me started. I don't know what to do with them.
It's called being pregnant, and my body is just not my own. Embrace it. Might never happen again. And reach, reach. Hi, Stella. And coming up again. And up. And up. Reach it. And then let your arm go to 90 degrees of flexion. So it's reaching out in front of you. And hinge at the hips so you're in like a Z sit. Let yourself go to the end of your band and then take it so that you've got your hand with your palm facing in, get your thumb around and make a Z. So yes, it's stretch, but we've got to work our shoulder stabilizers here. So we're lengthening through the spine, and we're going to sit up, keep the tension on the band, trying to keep it horizontal. I find that I always want to lift one side up. So try and keep it horizontal. Hinge down, lengthen the back of your neck, lift up through your abs and send your sits bones to the wall behind you. And sitting up and down. So it's exhale down and inhale up. Exhale and inhale. Reach those arms long and down. Yeah, it's hard work. And up. Now this time we'll sit all the way down, and then the left arm will go to the floor. Put your palm on the floor and reach forward to the camera and reach up to the ceiling. Reach forward to the camera. You're really reaching, but the left hand is secure on the floor. And reach, look up to the right hand, reach forward, and last one, reach up, let go with the other anchor and reach the arm up, bend it in towards you and put it down on the floor, and then we're going to shift over to the other side to do the whole thing on the other side. So you're sitting a little bit more to the end of it this way and then picking it up. It's starting to get a bit cold down there, Heather?
It's winter today.
Yeah, well we had a cold night last night. We had to put an extra blanket on.
Well, we had a beautiful day yesterday. I think we were in the eye of the storm that Melbourne were getting.
Yeah.
But it's freezing today.
Reach up. And really open up your left ribs. Really open them, and then your head will just tilt over to the side. It's going over to your right. If you feel like you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can pull your head with your hand and slide that arm down the body and come to upright. Now let's see if you can get maximum length between your left knee and your left fingers. Reach up, inhale, and over we go. Hold it there and try and breathe into these ribs a little bit more. And coming up. Last one. Now let's separate the ribs off the hips, so grow tall, and then side bend over. Push your knees into the floor, activate your hamstrings and your glutes a little. And now we're going to start the rotation. So rotate around to your right. The band is going across your body. And reach it up and rotate back past your left armpit. Extend up to the ceiling. Come back through neutral and rotate around to the right. And back up to very tall, elongated spine. Rotate around to your left and extend back. And back up. And rotate. Lift up. This is our last one. Really long from left knee to left armpit and arm. And back up and rotate then around to the left. And up to the ceiling. Now we're going to do where we gather it up. So we rotate here and gather and go down a bit. Gather it and sort of crossing over diagonally over our body and down. Gather it up and reach. Pull it back through center and out to the side. Gather it one more time and down and out to the side, and we reverse, coming up, let it go, and out, let it go, and across, and up, tall, and hinge forward, reaching that arm towards me. Then with the palm of your right hand facing in towards the left, put your thumb on one side of the band and pull it out. It's like origami with Theraband, isn't it? And inhale up, keep broad across the shoulders and keep that band nice and level. And exhale down. And inhale up. Use your glutes and hamstrings to get you up nice and tall into neutral. Then open your sits bones to reach back and forward with your arms at the same time. And exhale up. And inhale down. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And exhale up. We're going to do 3 more. Draw down through your shoulder blades and across your collarbones. Exhale down. Keep working through that thumb on the right arm. And inhale up. Exhale back. And inhale up. Thinking of squeezing your inner thighs together too to get the adductors working. Last one. Exhale. Open the sits bones. Reach your collarbones forward along with your arms. And inhale up. Straighten the band up. Sit down. And then bring the elbow in towards you. Just do a couple of shoulder shrugs. Rachel, I'd say we've missed you in the studio, but you know, we've missed everybody in the studio. So if you're going to be out of action, you actually picked a good time.
Oh, actually, yeah. I haven't had to be going to school or anything. So.
Yep, tough time. Okay, we're going to go into 4-point kneeling, and you're going to place your knees onto the Theraband in the middle. We're just there for when we need it, but for the moment we're going to lift and curl into a cat curl, so stretching all through the muscles in the back of the spine, and then pull your hands forward and arch, so we're stretching all the muscles in the front line. So a cat arch and curl. Exhale, push your hands away, lead with your tailbone, draw your pubic bone towards you and lift the ribs to the ceiling. And pull your hands towards you, like you're going to pull your whole chest forward and get a lovely stretch through the abdominals. And exhale, push. Really lift those ribs up to the ceiling. And pull yourself forward into an arch. Arch forward, don't give in to your hips. Open your chest. And neutral. Now pick up the hand that's closest to the camera or to your computer and open up to the ceiling. So push through the hand that's on the floor and reach yourself up. Open your sits bones out behind you. Reach that arm up and unrotate and take it back to the side. Bend the elbow and thread it behind the other one into our thread the needle. Lengthen your tailbone away and reach the crown of your head towards the wall in front. Big breath into the back of the ribs and exhale, coming back up. Back to neutral, keep your arm to the side. But before we go into the next repetition, I want you to slide your leg, the leg that's away from the computer, out to the front and experience what the stretch is like here. So keep that arm reaching up. Try and keep the arm that's up to the ceiling in the exact vertical plane to the other arm. And rotate. Push through the arm on the floor and push through the ball of the foot of the leg that's straight. Reach it reach it, reach it. And the arm comes back to horizontal as the leg comes in. And place that hand down, and we swap to the other side. So I'll turn around so you can see from the front. And inhale and exhale. Reach that front arm out to the side. And inhale, exhale, rotate into the stretch. And notice, does it feel different to the other side? I know this side feels quite different to my other side. Reach the arm up to the ceiling. Press both knees and shins into the floor. And back to the side, arm horizontal. Bend the arm that's on the floor and bend the arm that's in the air and thread it behind the other one. So reach the crown of your head forward and your sits bones way down to the wall behind you. Reach further, reach it further. Lift the abdominals and lengthen the crown of your head. Inhale and exhale, come back up. Take that arm out to the side. And now extend the opposite leg back and tuck the toe under. And continue to rotate up with that stretch through the calf on the leg that's straightened. And reach up. Open the chest. Really get a beautiful stretch through the upside ribs. Reach up a little more, you can do it. Push through the arm on the floor. Reach it, reach it, reach it. And exhale, unrotate and come back and sit on your knees. So it's a nice big stretch all through the neck and the chest as well. Let's go into neck stretching. I want us to go. We're going to just stretch the upper traps here. So you take your head over to the right, arms lengthened by your side, and rotate towards that right side and look down to the right hip. Raise the right shoulder. And look up to the ceiling, keeping everything contracted. Take a really big breath in there. And exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly reverse out of it. Let's do one to the other side. Turn your head to the left. Look down to your left hip. Raise the left shoulder. Look up to the ceiling. Breathe in. And then slowly reverse out of it, drawing the left shoulder down. The head unrotates and comes back to neutral. One more, turn to the right. Look down to your right hip. Wanting to come in. And raise the right shoulder. Look up to the ceiling. Big breath in. And exhale, reversing out of it. Each time we do this, you should feel that your shoulders actually get down a little bit more space between your neck and your shoulders. Turning your head to the left. Look down to the left hip. Raise the left shoulder. Look up to the ceiling. Big breath in. And slowly, slowly coming out of it. Let that shoulder go down further than you think you ever could get it. And well done. Now I'm going to get you to sit sideways. Just so we've got a muscle to stretch, we're actually going to work our glutes ever so slightly so you can feel the intensity of the stretch. So put your band around your left foot, take both sides of it together and place it underneath your bottom knee, your right knee, and laying down onto your side. You might need to bring your laptop lid down, resting on your bicep Make sure both hips are stacked on top of each other. And then straighten out that left leg. Just holding this gently, and we're going to reach that top leg up, resting that left elbow nicely on our hip, and inhale, lower. And you know I'm going to tell you all the rules, which are top hip stacked vertically on top of the bottom. Make sure you've got that little hole or gap between your waist and the mat, and reach your heel long, reach it long, and lower, reach and lift, and take it slightly behind you, reach and lift, and lower, reach and lift, and lower, reach and lift, hold it, hold it, hold it, and 5 really micro circles but quite quick. Inhale, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, reverse 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Bend the leg in and keep the band in place, and take hold of your ankle and bring your heel to your butt. So our left elbow will be bent, and your right ankle is actually supported by the Theraband, and you've got your left heel coming right to your bottom. Lengthen your left leg away from the hip, lengthen it away, open through the front of the left shoulder, open the shoulder, open the hip. Hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 1, and gently let go. Push your foot into the band, straighten it out, and take hold of the band with the hand, and straighten both legs and roll onto your back until you've got the foot firmly placed on under the Theraband. You might want to untether it. I like it to be nice and firm. And I want you to slide out the right leg on the floor. Pull your heel towards you as much as you can. And I meant to say pull your toes of the leg that's on the floor towards you, and push your hamstrings down to the floor, and pull this toe towards you, heel to the ceiling. And we're going to turn the leg in, take it towards our opposite shoulder to our nice lateral hamstring stretch. Might get a little bit neurally. Rachel, have you been doing any stretching?
A couple of times I managed to do it lying in my bed.
Yep.
I haven't managed to do much, and I feel really tight because I've been lying down so much.
Yeah. It'll change.
I did some somatic the other night,
Oh, good.
so I felt like that helped.
Because we're going to do a couple of somatic ones that are really good for stretching the spine and the shoulders and neck.
It definitely helped.
Oh, good. Now turn your leg so it's externally rotated, and then it comes up towards our same shoulder. So we're stretching more the medial hamstrings. And you know, it's good to hold a stretch for like 15 to 30 seconds. Reach your heel up. Heather, just bring your leg up a little bit, not so much into an adductor stretch. It's just externally rotated and slightly up towards your left shoulder. Now we turn it back into neutral. Bend up the leg that's on the floor. Then externally rotate that leg, and we can go for that adductor stretch. So leg coming out to the side. And the reason we got this leg bent is so you don't rock over to that same side. So you keep more in your neutral pelvis. Really reach your heel away from you, and you'll get more stretch through the whole inner thigh, inner leg. And away from your body, trying to keep the opposite butt down as much as you can, and you'll feel that stretch through the side glutes all down your TFL. One more big breath in, and exhale, bring it back up. You're going to bend that knee to parallel and then float up the other leg. And we're going to stretch out the glutes on that side that we just used. So you can hold the foot, hold the Theraband, saves you having to hold your own foot. And push your knee away from you. And let's bring the foot towards us a bit more to go more into the underneath side of glute max and our piriformis. Try and just bring it towards you, slowly but surely. Trying to push your tailbone away from you, you'll get more intensity in the stretch. And bring it towards you a bit more, and press your tailbone down towards your feet. And last position, bring it closer towards you. Push your tailbone away. And take the knee further away from you. And I want you to take the Theraband off for a moment. And we're going to rotate the spine. So place the foot down. I've lost track of which side everyone's on. But the foot that's on the floor, that's it, you've got it. Now, I want you to cross your knees, just like you're sitting in a chair and crossing your knees, and then rotate away from the leg on top. Both knees are down, and look over the opposite shoulder. And trying to draw your navel towards your spine as a way to lengthen the thigh of the leg that's on top. Almost like you're trying to tuck your tail to reach your knees away from you, and it'll lengthen and stretch out through the ligaments in the sacroiliac area. We're going to come back up to being on our backs, but I want you to lead from your tailbone and your sacrum. So lead with them, and then get your sacrum to the mat, and then your legs will follow, and you work more through your obliques then. And come back to that gluteal stretch position. And we're going to rock over to the side again. Toe touches down, and you want to lengthen your knee away from you, and you'll get a stretch through the front of the hip on top. So push the knee that's on the top further away from the mat as possible. So lengthen it away. And just like before, we're going to come out of it, but leading through our tail and our sacrum. So tailbone tries to touch down to the mat, then the sacrum comes, and then you fold the leg back in. And bring it around to a tabletop position. Float that leg down. Roll both knees over towards the camera and use your top arm to sit up. And we swing our legs around to the other side. Tie yourself up again. So now we've got the other leg on top. Nice and firm, so fleshed out, so we're not scrunched up there. And put the band underneath the bottom leg. And then lie down onto the mat with your head resting on your bicep. And take your leg that's in the band, nice and long, away from you. And feel you've got that gap between your waist and the mat, and this hip stacked vertically on top of the other. For a reach and lift. Exhale, reach and lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale, reach and lift. And nice and long through your neck, and inhale. Exhale, reach. So from your heel to the tip of your head is a very long line. And lower. Exhale, reach and lift. And lower. And reach. And lower. And reach. Take the leg slightly behind you. And reach it up a bit higher. And down. Exhale and reach. Reach it long through the heel. And lower. Hold it up. And we're going to do 5 circles quite quickly. But see if you can reach your leg a little longer. And let's reach it. Reach it. Take it a bit behind us. Reach. And 5 circles. Here we go. And 1. And 2. And 3. 4. 5. Reverse and 1. 2. 3. Relax the shoulder. Lengthen the crown of your neck. And 5. Bend the leg just to get a little bit of relief. You can let go of that band now and push into the band that's under your knee. Take hold of your foot. Might be a little harder to reach. I know this one's harder for me to reach this side. And stretch the front of the hip. Make sure you bend that elbow that's the one on top. Squeeze your knees together and get your heel to your buttock. And send that top hip bone towards the camera, towards the laptops. Reach it